Hello and welcome to the Colourful Creativity Podcast. This is episode 6 and my name is Carolien. You can find me online as Carolien on Twitter, Ravelry, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. I think everywhere where you can be online you can find me as Carolien. There's also a Ravelry group for this podcast. It's called the Colourful Creativity Group. And you can find them on Ravelry or click the link down here on YouTube or in the show notes. Today we have a full episode, I think, because I want to talk about my goals for 2015 and 2016. With 2015 nearing the end, I had to have a look at the knitting goals I had, or the craft goals actually, because it's not only knitting. And I thought, well, let's talk about that in this episode and see what we can do and what we will be moving to next year and what we can still finish this year. And I'm very curious about your goals, if you even set goals for knitting or crafting. If so, please tell me about it in the group on Ravelry or just down here in the comment section or anywhere else you can find me. I'm pretty curious about that. So let's just dive in my whips and start this episode. First, in my Colourful Creativity Cool Cat bag, still my happy socks. As you can see, I did not do a lot. It was only about a centimeter or so what I have done. And that's because I was more focused on other whips and I have not been outdoors a lot with my knitting. So then these always go in my bag and I take them everywhere, but I did not have many times to knit on them. So these are made with, let me see here, Opal Surprise. There you go. Here's the color. They are called Lekkerbissen. So, and I am knitting these on 2.5 millimeter needles Adi lace, and it's just a plain vanilla sock. So the striping is pretty as it is. I thought, let me do something easy this time so I can take it everywhere I go. I'm still in love with the yarn, I'm still in love with the socks. I just didn't have time to knit on it because I had other things to do. So that's one. Number 2. This is in my Knit and Stitch Bits bag, which I still love. I love that gold on the peacock feather print. And this is my Puaka Shawlette. And as you can see, I did a little bit more on this one because I actually wanted to finish the body before I would start another project. But I didn't get to that, so I still have to do about 20 or 30 rows, I believe. Let's see, I think 8 repeats, 8 times 4, 32 rows to get to the lace part. So I have to keep going because the knit along for this, for the Aroa Knits knit along, is ending the 30th of November, I believe. So not much time. So I might have to get this one up first instead of knitting on my other project, which I will show in a minute. And I'm knitting this on from hedgehog fibers and the colorway Copper Penny. It's the sock yarn and it's so soft. I just love hedgehog fibers, and I knitted a pair of socks with it, and I think it's a shame they are on my feet because with the high merino content and the low nylon content, it's way better to wear it on your face, I think. Needle size is a 3.75, and these are higher sharps, my all-time favorites. So I still not tried my XoXo needles, so I'm not sure if those will be my all-time favorites from now on, but I have a whole lot of higher sharp needles, so I don't think I'll exchange them soon. So that's number 2. And now the big one. And it's in this Knit and Stitch Bits bag. I showed you last time only the yarn. And now I've knitted the first clue of my West Knits mystery knit along, the Doodler. Here it is. I just finished this 15 minutes ago, so I'm a day late, or actually 2 days, but I'm just not that quick knitting, and I'm really happy and proud that I even finished this in a little over a week. So this stitch marker is just to show what the front is, but actually the back side is pretty clear. You can see what the front is, but it's just nice to have a stitch marker or progress keeper on it. And wow, now it's time for clue number 2. And when I read about that yesterday, all I could think about was, oh my god, what the fuck? No, how is that gonna happen? So yeah, well, I'm still a bit baffled about it, and I will just start doing it, and cabling, and huge cabling, and then casting off or grafting. I have never grafted before. I have to Google it how that works. So we'll see what happens there and what will happen next week. Next week. But I really have no clue where this is going, but I just love the shape and everything of it. It's just amazing, and to see everyone having those nice butterfly or angel wings on Instagram, I just love it. So, and I'm very happy I chose this color, the red with the blue, instead of only the blue greenish speckled yarn I thought I would take, because the contrast is so big and it's just really pretty, I think. So it's all my own hand dyed yarn. It's a sock yarn, so it's not super soft, but I think I will enjoy wearing it. So, and it's knitted on 3.5 higher sharps again. And this is what I have left. Not much, but enough for, I think, a mini in my sock yarn blanket, and then something extra for a pair of scrap yarn socks, which I'm still saving up to make. I think I have way over 3 or 4 pair of scrap yarn socks, or at least the yarn for it. But yeah, well, you just have to start, and I think I will start with a pair next year, and then magic knot them, because I hate weaving in the ends. I did not weave any ends in yet in this one, the Doodler. So we're gonna see what happens when I get to it. I hope the cabling part will go quickly, and that I have time to weave in the ends this week. We'll see. So that was number 3, and those were my active whips. And well, I do not have any finished objects, because I was working on those and they did not finish yet. And that's why I wanted to go on with my knitting goals, or my crafting goals for this year. I set them December last year. I thought, well, so many people knitting 15 in 15, I'm not gonna make it. And I thought, well, if I do 8 socks in a year, that would be very nice. And I'm almost there. So that goal is almost finished. I want to finish my happy socks actually before Christmas, so I can wear them at Christmas, which I told you last time. And I want to finish the second pair of socks that are on the needle 2, It's my husband's Dalacanium socks, which I only have to do the leg and the ribbing. So here they are. This is also a hand-dyed yarn. It's the Colourful Creativity Merino sock yarn. This is my card. And it's the 75% merino and 25% nylon. And the colorway is called Gems. And I have not knitted on them since last time I showed them. But if I finish these 2 pair of socks that are on a needle, my goal is just finished. And that would make me very proud, because my goals and finishing my goals is a whole different thing. I'm really good at setting goals and not achieving it. So, and since I did not know how much I would knit this year, I think it's going very well. Another goal to finish this year is in this bag, my Mina Makes bag, my big Mina Makes bag, my exploration station, which is still only the wedges. Weird, the front. And I think maybe if I show this after the mystery knit along, I can finish this one. I will have so much new things learned that I hope the brioche will not be a problem anymore. So let's see. And I guess all you guys know already how it looks, the exploration station. But here's a photo of it. And yeah, the new one, the new mystery knit along is totally different than this one. It's not a really normal shawl, so oh well, that makes it fun, right? So I really hope to finish this one also this year. And I have more, because I've been going through my whips and looking at my goals list, and I found this one. This cute little crinkly thingy is my first lace shawl, and it's made with Tosh Merino Light in the colorway Stephen Loves Tosh, and I bought it at Stephen and Penelope in Amsterdam. Actually, it wasn't even Stephen and Penelope then, it was still Penelope Craft. That's how long ago I bought it, and it's a ladybug shawl from the book Sock Yarn Shawls, part 1. And well, I imagined it would be bigger, and I only used about 60 grams instead of the 100 I thought it would use. So I don't know what went wrong. I could have easily done another repeat, but I would have to rip out the border. The lace part is in 3 sections, A, B and C, and I should have done a repeat extra of B. But that meant I would have to do rip out the whole C section again, and ripping out lace would have probably meant I would have to go back to the whole garter stitched part. So that was not gonna happen. Oh, actually it's not garter, it's stockinette. Seeing it from the back, it looked like garter. But I just have to block this actually, and if I block it, it might be bigger. Let me see. Yeah, well, it actually might fit me, so I just have to block it. But I've been just putting it in a bag somewhere with my whips and thought, nah, I don't like it. So maybe I like it after blocking and I will wear it next time. I guess I will just put it in some nice soak after finishing the podcast and just do it. Because I have my blocking mats up there, and I'll show you in the acquisitions part what I also got. So this is definitely a goal for this year, actually for the next 2 weeks. And another goal and it's not knitting, it's crochet, and I'm sorry for the crinkling because it's in this plastic bag. It is my first amigurumi, and I hate crocheting amigurumi. I know that now, after finishing the whole body and the head. One front paw, or arm, how you want to call it. And I also have the ears and the horns for the giraffe. And it's killing me because I have to go on. See, this is how it will be. Cute, and then 2 legs, and well. So, I've been putting this in the naughty box in too long. I crocheted this with Catania, and it's really nice and tight, and that's the problem, because it hurts my hands so much because you have to do it so tight. But I have as a goal to finish this year, and it will be my only giraffe, and I will never do that again, I think. I know you never say never, because if someone asked, I might, but not in a very long time. If this is finished, I think I'm very okay with it. And the pattern is from a friend on Twitter, and she made a lot of these giraffes, and I loved her pattern, so I asked her if I could use it, and I could. And here you can see how it will be. Isn't that the cutest giraffe ever? I so love this one that I thought, well, I have to do it. And that's why I know I will finish it. And I just want to do it this year. And then have all my whips that are bugging me out of the way. Because for 2016, I want to start with a garment. I want to make myself a cardigan. And actually I thought it would be fun to make it a knit along in the group, the Colourful Creativity group on Ravelry. I'm going to at least take 2.5 or 3 months for it, because I think I will need it, because my pattern suggests a needle 3, I believe, or 3.25 millimeter. And well, I guess I will need 2.5 to 3 months to knit myself a cardigan out of fingering weight yarn. So it's not thick and easy and quick. It will be taking a long time, and me not being the slimmest person also. So I'm knitting a big size, and the first time for me to knit a garment grown-up sized. So I'm a bit anxious still, but I'm looking forward to wearing my own cardigan. So I was wondering if you would like to knit along with me, and maybe we can cheer each other on to keep knitting and keep going, because I think I need that. And I'm sure the podcast will help me too in showing it. I might even do a periscope on it sometimes, just to cheer each other on and keep knitting and motivate each other. Of course there will be some prizes. I've already talked to some people about it. I will throw in a project bag, some yarn also, and I know Regina from the Herbstblad Regina podcast is planning to send me something from her, probably a project bag to give away at the knit along. So maybe everyone else who wants to join in on the knit along is welcome. Everyone who wants to donate prizes is welcome. Let me know. I'm looking forward to it. And I thought, well, I could start now, but there are so many knit alongs going on that I thought it's better to wait until January. People have goals, people have things they want to make. It's still winter, so let's start in January. And I think January 1st, or maybe even December 31st if you want to. I don't mind, because January 1st people will probably have a hangover or not really ready to knit, but start date is not mandatory. If you can knit a cardigan in 2 weeks, by all means start in February. It would just be fun if you all would join me. With all the stuff already out of the way, with the knitting goals and stuff, I do have a lot more goals, but I think I crossed off a whole lot of them. And well, if you just let me know about your goals, I will talk about them more next time, because knitting a garment is of course only for the first few months, but there's a whole new year next year and I want to do more, of course. So we'll see what happens. I have to think of what I want to make and see in my stash what I have. And well, of course, I also named the scrappy yarn socks. So we'll see. Let me take a sip of tea. I have a herbal peppermint tea today. And now on to some sewing projects. Actually, I do have some finished objects. I've been making some boxy bags, and after showing them to some people, they were sold within minutes. So I don't have anything for the shop, but I do have something to show you. The boxy bags were already sold and gone to their new owners, but I also made some wedge bags to try some sizes, and I'm not very happy with these. I was just experimenting, so I have to adjust things, but this is the first one, and I was hoping it would be a sock size bag, and actually it fits. A sock would fit in one sock or even 2 at a time socks, but I thought, well, it's more a notions pouch or a makeup bag size, so I'm gonna make them a little bit deeper, and then it would be the perfect sock size bag. But isn't that fabric cute? I bought it at the fabric market, which I forgot to tell you about last time. I did put a photo of that in the show notes on my blog, blog.carolien.nl, and I thought, well, you can see some fabrics here when I talk about them in the bag, so I didn't think it would be necessary to show them to you again. If you follow me on Instagram, you can find the photo there too. So I just put in all my needles for my sewing machine in here, and also the threads I have. That was some flying needles. Sorry about that. See, needles for my machine. Since I broke so many needles, I have a lot of spare now. And well, this is not a size I'm gonna put in the shop, I think. Here you can see my label. Colourful and Creativity. And this is not the only one I made. I also made this one, just a bit bigger. It's nice and wide, and this was the first one, so I made a little mistake, so it will stay with me, I think. Hey, if you're experimenting, you're not going for perfection, right? And this is the inside, a cute little black and white polka dot. So I think this one also will be a little bit bigger, so it's gonna be a bit deeper and you can put a little bit more in it. The biggest one I have not made yet. I do have an order for that, so I will try to make that this weekend. We'll see. My husband's offered to help me with sewing, so I can finally get through the list of people who want a bag. I have a pre-order list of already 10 bags now, so I hope I will finish that very soon, so I can start making bags for my shop, and you can buy some too, because I have heard a lot of people who want to buy bags, but I just can't sew that fast. Getting to know the new machine and having a lot of migraines and pain in my back just stops me from making them, because I can't sit that long But oh well. So that brings us to acquisitions. And I'm looking over there because I see it. It's quite big. I'll get it. What I forgot to show you last time when I talked about the Breidag were these. My lace blocking wire kit. And yes, they are this long. Sorry about the noise. They are huge. They are, let me see, what does it say? 95 centimeters or 37.5 inch. So yeah, huge. And I will try them on my shawl. I thought, well, if I have them, I should get them out of their packaging because they are still taped shut, and just use them instead of putting them somewhere and not using them. So we will see. Follow me on Instagram and I'll show pictures when I have put them on the blocking mat and how the wires work. I have no clue. Well, I do have a little bit of a clue, but I will have to see if that works out. So the second acquisition, or actually the first acquisition since the other one was from last time, is in this box. And it is yarn. I couldn't hold myself back any longer. And this is my first Shebot Garne acquisition. And it's their bot socks in the colorway Everglades. And I really, really love it. It's a very nice green and a lot of color in it. I think this is actually quite accurate on camera. And it's all the way in it. Beautiful blues, greens, yellows, the pink purplish part here. So really, really, really like it. And it's quite soft. It's a very sturdy sock yarn, but still soft. It's 75% virgin wool and 25% polyamide, and that's actually the same yarn I probably used to dye. But that's okay. Every dyer dyes in a different way, and I just love how this is dyed. So I thought, let me get some. So that's the only acquisition in yarn that I bought. I know there is some stuff on the way, but that will be next time. It wasn't here yet, so I'm gonna go on because I dyed yarn, and it was quite a long time ago that I dyed yarn, and I thought, well, it really is time to do that now, because at Jouw Marktkraam my yarn was almost sold out, and I put everything that was in the shop there, and it was almost all dyed on my old yarn base. I have transferred to a new yarn base, which is a bit more soft and cruelty-free yarn, and all eco and bio and everything. So I really, really like the idea of that. Let me see. This is the first one. I have my whole box here next to me, and this is the other one. And these two are both on the tweed base. And you can see some little speckles in here. Sorry for that. And there. And these are really nice sock yarns. I do not have a name yet, and they are not in the shop yet. I'm sorry about that. I hope to get them online as soon as possible. But I also have some Christmas markets for which I have to get yarn to sell. And that will be the 28th of November, the winter fair here local in Enschede. And I will be demonstrating glass bead making there. I will bring my torch and get some nice beads so you can see how that is made. But I will also bring some yarn, and my mother-in-law will bring her yarn bowls, and we'll just have fun. Birgit from Made by Beer will be there, selling her part of the Colourful Creativity. We don't have a lot of space, so if you think, I want that and can you bring me that and I'm coming by to see that, just give us a message and we can take it specifically for you, because we only have 2 meters. It's a really small table, but I think it will be a lot of fun there. So I hope to see you there. And well, I will be going on with the yarn. So these were the tweeds, the new ones. And here I have the lace, also a new base, and it's merino and silk. I will have to put in the shop the contents of it, because I'm not quite sure what it was out of the top of my head. I'm sorry about that. A yellow one, nice golden one, actually almost the same color as my cardigan and my shawl. And this one is purple, and it goes really, really blue on screen, but it really is purple. Do you see it when I put it here? No, I don't think so. It's really, really soft, so I want to cuddle with it. And also from the same supplier. It's also cruelty free, and yeah, it's just a beautiful quality. I love it. So you can prepare for lace in my shop. Not only fingering anymore. I also have these two. These are actually from the same dye bath as these two, but you can see it's a whole different color. And this is the last 2 skeins of the old merino base, and I think I will put them in jouw marktkraam, or if you want it, give me a message and I will save them for you. And also it's purple in different variations, and this one is yellow, nice and light, kind of Easter yellow. Easter at almost Christmas. Oh well, it happens. And the next 2 are the new sock base, which is 75% virgin wool and 25% polyamide. And these, as you might have noticed, are actually brother and sister from the tweed yarns. And some fell, so here they are. And here you can see on tweed and on normal sock yarn, and this one too. And these are skeins that are like this, half solid and half variegated. I'm really, really curious how that knits up, so I might even be keeping one, but we'll see about that. If my husband notices or not. Or maybe someone who buys it will be knitting it immediately so I can see it, because I'm pretty curious about it. Let me put that back in its pretty shape. Well, we'll do that later. Now it looks like a wonky banana. And the last one is this one on my glitter base, and it's a, yeah, I'm gonna call it fireworks, I think, because it reminds me of all the fireworks and all the colors at New Year's Eve. And here you can see all, it has purple, pink, green, blue, yellow, everything, and glitter. So isn't that just perfect? And this is also about 70% virgin wool. I think 71, 4% stellina, the glitter part, and about 25% of nylon. I will put it in my shop, but it's about that. So I really like it. And yeah, someone also said it reminded her of the Northern Lights. And yeah, I can see where that comes from. And I will see if I can duplicate it. Because until now all the colorways I have made are one of a kind. Or a maximum of 2 of the same. So we'll see. I do have that as a goal, to make repeatable colors. And what I'm also planning on making is also in this big one. And here you can see my preparations. Minis. A whole lot of minis. Because my rainbow sets are almost out. And I want to make some more. And I'm thinking of making them 100 grams, so 10 minis. And instead of the 8 I have now. But if you say, well, 8 is enough, let me know. Or maybe dye some nice solid skeins or semi-solid skeins. Because solid is almost impossible as a hand dyer, I think. Maybe to go with the rainbow packages, let me know. And also, my husband doesn't only want to sew, he also knits. I love my husband. But he doesn't knit with needles, he knits with an electrical screwdriver. Here it is. He makes my sock blanks. Isn't that just awesome? He did all this in 1 hour. So, well, that's a whole different speed than what I do. So, I'm going to dye some sock blanks. They are double, so you can make 2 socks at a time and knit them exactly the same. So you can look forward to that. And I think that was it for today. My show notes are buried under yarn, so I'm gonna look at it. And no, nothing more. Nothing more. So, I kept it short. Wow. And I hope to see you again next time in 2 weeks. Let me know about all the questions I ask you. If you have any questions for me, you can ask them in the Revelry group or on any other social media where you follow me, or under here in YouTube. Just let me know, and see you next time. Have a nice Sunday, or whenever you watch this, have a nice day. Bye bye.